Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is an abbreviated edition of the Morning Report here on fightbackmedia.com, fightbackmedia.com. It is absolutely, positively the most ridiculous and inane and insane things that are being said, that were said last night and are being said this morning. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely, positively incredible. I don't believe, personally, and I don't think anybody here at Fightback Media believes that what we saw was all generated by Trump supporters. There was a false flag element of what we saw. Now, there may have been people who got caught up and ended up in a place they shouldn't have been, especially the young lady who lost her life, which is the worst possible scenario. Now, what I'm pretty sure of at this point is, because it's been happening, we're going to sooner than later find out the truth. So, which is why we didn't comment last night publicly. Because what's happened is, if we wait a day, 2 days, the truth pops up like popcorn or like a whack-a-mole. So we're going to find out sooner than later who was behind all that. Now, having said that, what happened, whoever responsible, was at the very least inappropriate and wrong. Okay, at the very least it was wrong and shouldn't have been done. So there's that. Now, the reaction to it by the pearl clutching by media and some people on the left is damn near comical. Absolutely, positively comical. After all summer, we have images of cars being set on fire, buildings being set on fire. We see that all summer long on the CNNs and the MSNBCs and the ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox. We see it all summer long, and we hear from the media talking heads that this is some righteous indignation for wrongs to a people. We hear from one of the CNN broadcasters who actually says, who says that protests have to be peaceful? Where does it say that protests have to be peaceful? And now they are clutching their pearls and wrenching their clothes like, I don't know, it's Armageddon, or it's ridiculous is what it is. It is absolutely, positively senseless, embarrassingly ridiculous is what it is. So, I'm not going to be, and no one here at Fightback Media is going to be tossed off or pushed around by the current media narrative. It's been the problem, and I've said this, and everybody here on this platform has said this, it has been the problem all along. The current media narrative is the problem. The dominant media narrative is the problem. This is why we started Fightback Media to start with. So, the hypocrisy is the thing that makes us all nuts. It is the wanton, unbridled, unchecked hypocrisy that makes us all nuts. Nobody on any of these networks is pointing out that, again, all summer, the country burned all summer long. Hell, there were parts of a major city that were taken over and it was allowed by that city's mayor. It was there were parts of cities that were actually taken over. And that was, and with this event, again, I've already said that I don't agree with what they did. Whomever was responsible. I've already said that. But all this pearl clutching about this event is comical. It is comical. You know, the only thing that we can say over here is, you have got to be kidding. There's no way that you can for a second think that any of us out here are going to take you seriously with all this. Oh my God, I can't imagine. Oh, it's like Thunderdome. I just can't imagine that you think that any of us are going to take you seriously, and that this somehow strengthens your position on Trump or people who support the president. I just can't imagine. And there are, you know, what I saw on my Facebook page this morning when I woke up, there are supposedly a person who was a co-founder of the Tea Party movement in South Florida who is yelling for Republicans to tell Trump to resign immediately. First of all, there are 13 days left in the Trump presidency. 13 days. 13 days. There was calls to impeach Trump now. Obviously, this person who was supposedly a co-founder of the Tea Party movement in South Florida is either a dumbass or a liar. First of all, impeach doesn't mean kick out of office. You know that, and I know that, because I'm not a dumbass, and neither are you. And again, the process would take more than 13 days. So the idea is that President Trump's term is going to end in 13 days anyway. So it doesn't really, so it's not important. It doesn't really matter. The objections didn't matter. It was great for me, it was great to see Senator Rubio talk about the objections and talk about them in a way of people who had some damn sense. The idea was that everybody who objected to the certification of the electors knows that it wasn't going to make any difference. That it was more ceremonial than anything. It's just sending a message. Everybody knew that. But again, the pearl clutching by the media, oh my God, they're threatening the democracy. Bullcrap. When are we going to get a clue? Starting this day a little fired up. I got to go to work here in a minute. I hope I'm able to calm down. But when are we going to get a clue? And I'm talking to everybody. When are we going to be able to get a clue? We're going to be able to understand that some of the things that are done for a reason that you don't get, that no one's explained to you. Josh Hawley, who said, I'm going to object. Okay. What do we know? We know that those objections weren't going to go any farther than the lectern there because they were not going to be passed in the House. We knew that. It was just ceremonial. It was just sending a message. They were not going to be successful. There was no chance of them being successful. It was just letting people in Congress know that, you know what, we see you. And everybody sees you. You haven't gotten away with this. We're still here. But I guess that bit of nuance, because of the pearl clutching by the media, and some of the and some people, quite frankly, on our side, in quote unquote, was lost. It is 13 days before the Biden administration takes over this country, and they own basically the House and the Senate. So we're going to be in for a wild ride. That is the truth. We are going to be in for a wild ride. And I'm not saying that there's going to be a lot good, because frankly, I don't believe it's going to be a lot good. I believe it's going to be a lot terrible. So what I need you to do, and what we need you to do, is support the people who support you. Is to continue to support the people who support you, and try your best to understand what we're actually going through. You know, Paul and I asked you a number of years ago to make the switch. Get rid of some of the mainstream media sources that you listen to, including Fox, and switch it out with somebody else. Stop reading the New York Times. Stop reading the Huffington Post. Replace those with the Epic Times. Replace those with TBCTampa.org, Tampa Bay Conservatives, a website by and for conservatives, to start doing that, because that makes a lot more sense. Hang on just a second here. I have to check in here.
All right.
Oh.
We got a beep here, and then a beep on this, and then...
Oh, on that. Enjoy your day. All right. I had to go in and get through the gate here at work and show my ID and get my temperature checked and give a pint of blood and spit test, all the stuff you do have to do now to get just to freaking go to work at a minimum wage job. America. But in any case, so what we need you to do is go ahead and switch it out. Switch it up. Make the switch. Again, this is an abbreviated edition of the Morning Report. I trust that you are well, and I want you to be able to start really to pick apart, to understand what's happening to you, because it's happening to you. A lot of the things that you see on major media is for your benefit. For your benefit. Do something that I ask all the people that I get to talk to personally. Ask the next question. So when you see this demonstration and this taking over of the Capitol building yesterday, ask the next question. And the next question would have been, are we sure it was all Trump supporters? And nobody knows for sure. Not now, they don't. Then what's the next question after that, Willie? The next question after that is, if we are not sure, then why are we making that assumption? What proof do you have to say that these are Trump supporters, other than they're holding signs that anybody can get? Other than they're wearing MAGA hats that anybody can get? Now, I'm not going to tell you that there weren't people who support the president in that group. But I am not ready to say that this was some Trump supporters that had planned this all along, and this was what and this is what Trump supporters stand for, and I'm not ready to say that yet. If the evidence says so, that this was put together by some Trump supporting groups, then we'll tell you that here on Fight Back Media. Then we'll tell you that. And it's okay, because we've already condemned the action. Regardless of the people responsible, we've already condemned the action. I condemned the action twice yesterday. So did Paul. So did everybody who was connected with Fight Back Media. So that's not really in question. Now we're just trying to find out who's responsible for it. Anyway, we got to get out of here and make room for somebody else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Peace.